Anambra State government cautions residents against blocking of natural waterways. Anambra State Chairman, Nigeria Red Cross Society, Professor Kachi, calls for collective action to check mental health issues in Nigeria. Federal government commends Nigeria Ports Authority on vessels berthing process manual. And United Nations Secretary General Guterres seeks a meeting with the Russia and Ukrainian president to end war. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround the maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. Welcome to the news. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has asked those who build on the path of Okpoko-Sakamori and other drainages in Obaro, Onitsha North and South to remove their structures urgently. The governor made the plea at Onitsha South local government headquarters during a meeting with landlords whose buildings have been marked for removal in the area. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata filed on this report, taken from here.
The governor, represented by his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, directed residents to vacate and stop building on natural waterways, noting that it poses a threat to the environment and humanity. The governor said the essence of the meeting was to dialogue with the landlords instead of applying force, assuring that the present government is determined to bring grassroots development to the people. Governor Soludo noted that the environment is threatened as a result of blocking the waterways, which causes flooding and erosion. He recalled how 5 workers of a bank was drowned in the area as a result of blockage of waterways, assuring that his administration is poised to make Anambra a livable state devoid of environmental hazards.
Then, in this area that the daughter only was here to the extent in alliance with the physical planning people, in 45 area,
The chairman of Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board, Barrister Chike Madekwe, explained that the present government is not out to oppress anybody, but to ensure the safety of the people, urging those whose houses have been marked for removal to urgently follow implementation.
I'm surprised that money around there because now a wide publicity. I expect too many people because some of the people are representatives of markets. Say we can one person, but at the market I will have about 200 shops. So I assume no. Now the government has not set up to oppress anybody. Government exists to secure the welfare and security the safety of the people.
The Transition Committee Chairman of Onitsha South Local Government Area, Mr. Emeka Asanya, appealed to the government to ensure full implementation of the projects and remove all illegal structures, irrespective of political affiliation, status, brotherhood, and denomination of the owners. Some of the landlords, including Mr. Uche Obuagu and Chief Ikechukwu Odumegu, equally made their cases, appealed to the government to have consideration.
The Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, has officially declared to join the presidential race for the 2023 general election in Nigeria. Dr. Ngige, who made the formal declaration at St. Mary's Catholic Church Field, Alo, Idemili South Council area, being his country home on Tuesday, 19th April 2022, amidst jubilation by party delegates, friends, stakeholders, past and incumbent lawmakers, well-wishers and other people said that he has the requisite experience and a capacity to take the country to the next level. Correspondent Stella Iwuka reports.
The minister made the formal public declaration at his homeland, where he said has a historic nostalgia for him, having begun his political sojourn from the exact venue in 1996 after his tenure as former President General of Alor People's Convention. Although the APC is yet to conduct its primaries to pick its presidential candidate, Senator Ngige said he was sure of picking up the ticket ahead of other candidates. The minister, who also represented Anambra Central at the Senate, said he has experience in all the three arms of government and will hit the ground running from day one if elected president.
That is why I am here to answer you the bill on what we agreed last December.
Earlier in his remarks, the leader, National Forum for Southeast Presidency of Igbo Extraction, Dr. Patrick Enumeku, contended that since 1999, all other geopolitical zones have produced presidents with the exception of the Southeast, calling for equity, justice and fairness.
We believe in one united Nigeria where justice and fairness supersede. By virtue of that, National Forum for Southeast Presidency firmly believe that Nigeria can get it better.
The body officially endorsed Senator Ngige as its candidate, noting that after consultations and investigations, he has been found worthy to serve as the president of the country. Many dignitaries, including the President General of Alor People's Convention, Chief Uzoma Uboma, the representative of the state chairman of APC and state secretary of the party, Chief Chukwuma Adikube, the leader of APC Progressive Forum Southeast, Chief Chukwudi Oba, the leader, National Assembly Old Members Forum, Honorable Osite Egwatu, took turn to praise the leadership qualities and antecedents of the presidential candidate. Other dignitaries who graced the occasion were the traditional ruler of Alor, Igwe Collins Chukwu Mesele, and his cabinet members, national and state officers of the party, former and incumbent members of the National and State Assembly, local government and ward chairman of APC, among others. High points were special plenary persuading Senator Ngige to run the presidential race by past legislators led by Right Honorable Ozo Ohamadu, and dance steps by Senator Chris Ngige. From Alor, Idemili South, I am Stella Ibuka reporting.
Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, has disclosed that the state government, in partnership with the Global Fund, are to build an oxygen plant at Onitsha General Hospital. Dr. Obidike made this known after an inspection of the hospital. Chibuzo Koye filed on this report, taken from her.
Commissioner Obidike says that health is very critical to the Governor Chukwuma Soludo's administration and that the visit was to enable him see what is on ground in the hospital and the deficiencies with a view to solving them as has been directed by the Governor. The Anambra Health Commissioner revealed that the oxygen plant, which will be a massive one, is expected to serve Onitsha and its environs and that is expectedly to be completed within 90 days, all geared towards giving the Anambra affordable, effective and efficient healthcare service delivery that would be comparable with what obtained in the developed countries of the world.
You know, our governor is an action man and he's interested in the well-being of the poorest person in Anambra State. That is why, by God's grace, in no distant time, very short time, we are going to start the dialysis here, and we are going to start an endoscopic upper GI endoscopy or lower GI endoscopy, which is a very high procedure, but we will start it in the General Hospital Onitsha to render these services to our people. We'll be doing it here at a very quality and a very cheap rate in order for Anambra, the poorest person of Anambra, to benefit.
The Chief Medical Director of the hospital, Dr. Mercy Ebelechukwu Anugu, who thanked the Commissioner for the visit, expressed joy that a new oxygen plant is about to be sited in the hospital, noting that the oxygen plant will help them to save more lives and render top-notch healthcare services to their patients.
The assurance we're giving him is that we're going to put in our best, as we've been doing. We're going to work to the betterment of the generality of the Anambra people, and that our patients do not complain, and we're going to be professional about everything that pertains to their health.
Nigerians have been urged to join hands with the government to tackle the increasing challenge of illicit drugs and substance abuse to stem the alarming rate of mental illness across the country. Speaking to journalists in Awka, the Anambra State Chairman of Nigeria Red Cross Society, Professor Peter Kachi, cautioned that illicit drugs use and dependency among young people are harming the socio-economic life of the society and threatening the future of the country. Paul Izuke reports.
According to the World Health Organization, about 50 million Nigerians are suffering from one sort of mental illness or another, while a survey by the federal government revealed that over 14.3 million Nigerians abuse illicit drugs, representing 15% of the country's population who are between 15 and 64 years. Professor Kachi explained that the use of illicit drugs by children and young people has lasting adverse effects on their mental and physical development, as according to him, drug abuse can impact the brain's ability to function in the short term, as well as prevent proper growth development later in life, which he noted create various problems for families, communities, and entire society, including encouraging indecent dressing, display of psychiatric tendencies, and often disruption of academic and social activities. He regretted that in addition to illicit drugs, malnutrition occasioned by economic hardship is also compounding mental health issues, resulting in anxiety and depression, which have continued to disable people, especially youths, thereby undermining healthy lifestyle and encouraging social vices. Professor Kachi urged families to strive to inculcate strong moral values in children, while asking security agencies and schools to clamp down on those who abuse gender dressing, as well as those who peddle illicit drugs and other intoxicants among minors and youths. Also speaking, a retired school teacher, Mrs. Nkechi Onyekachukwu, urged parents to closely monitor the activities of their children and their friends to protect them against negative peer group influence that could lead to illicit drug use and attendant consequences. In Awka, Paul Izuke, ABS News.
The Federal Ministry of Transportation has lauded the Nigerian Port Process Manual for reducing vessels' betting time at the country's seaports from 5 hours to 90 minutes. Speaking in Lagos at the flag off of the Operation Free the Port Corridor by the Port Standing Tax Team, the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Mandaline Ajani, said the time used in resolving importers' complaints had reduced from 10 days to 4 hours. She said that the reduction in berthing on the complaint time had helped to improve the ease of doing business and efficiency at the seaports. Ajani, however, explained that freeing the port corridor must be done holistically and with the support of other agencies. She, however, commended the Presidential Standing Committee on what has been achieved in the last 1 year, adding that the feat could not have been realized by the activities of only just one person, but everyone. Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General, has separately requested meetings with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky in their countries' capitals to try to negotiate an end to the nearly 2-month war in Ukraine. UN spokesman Stephanie Dujarric said that Guterres had sent letters to the UN missions of Russia and Ukraine, asking Putin to receive him in Moscow and Zelensky to welcome him in Kyiv. In an appeal, Guterres called for a 4-day truce to civilian evacuations and delivery of humanitarian aid to hard-hit areas. Russia's February 24 invasion of Ukraine had killed thousands of people and left more than 12 million in need of humanitarian assistance. Some 5 million have fled Ukraine. And now sports. A former presidential aspirant for the Guinea-Bissau Football Federation, Benilivio Insali, says the Super Eagles are the only team they fear in Group A of their 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. The Jutsus have been paired in Group A along with Nigeria, Sierra Leone and Sao Tome and Principe. Guinea-Bissau, who lost 2-0 to Nigeria in the final group game of the 2021 AFCON in Cameroon, will face the Eagles in a double-header affair in September, and Insali believes other 3 teams in the group. The Eagles pose a bigger problem to their qualification hopes. The 2 teams in the group will qualify for the competition. The West African nation has qualified for the last 3 AFCON and will be hoping to make their 4th appearance in Ivory Coast. The remains of the late Mrs. Christiana Njideka Ezife, wife of the first civilian governor of Anambra State, have been laid to rest in her husband's compound at Ibuku in Agwata local government area. Late Mrs. Ezife, who died at the age of 81, was survived by her husband, former Governor Chukwuemeka Ezife, children, grandchildren, and numerous other relatives. Queen Aniwogo reports.
The burial ceremony, which attracted dignitaries from all walks of life, began with a procession from the Salvation Army. In his sermon, the Territorial Commander, Nigeria Territory of the Salvation Army, Daniel Kasuso, said there is nothing more important than a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, who has delivered mankind from the bondage of sin. He affirmed that the deceased accepted Jesus as her personal Lord and Savior and expressed the hope that in her death she has been promoted to glory. In their separate remarks, the first daughter, Dr. Ogelue Ezife Ugoji, and second daughter, Dr. Neka Onwubeke, explained that their mother was a woman who loved people, taught her children very important life lessons, and appreciated God for giving them such a precious gift as their mother. In his condolence message, the Vice President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Chief Damian Okeke Ogene, said her demise was a rude shock and a pointer that death is inevitable, and asked the family, especially the children, to continue to uphold the image and name of the family.
She lived a very good life, very peaceful woman, very lovely, very kind. Hardly to see her type anymore. It's a model. They must put in place what their mother taught them. They must try to uphold the image and name of the family.
In their separate remarks, the former special advisor to former Governor Willie Obiano, Chief Edozie Ezeugwa, and the member representing Orumba South constituency in the State House of Assembly also consoled the family, noting that the deceased was exceptional in the art of kindness.
A very lovely woman, virtuous woman. So I pray that God will continue to comfort them, especially at this period of time, that they will take solace in God.
It's a good mother, and I wish all the children with the Okwadike himself, I wish them good life to remain in soul and spirit with God.
In a vote of thanks, the younger brother of former Governor Ezife, Chief Roy Ezife, appreciated God for his mercy and thanked all that graced the occasion and prayed God to bless them. Dignitaries that attended the ceremony included the wife of the late Vice President of Nigeria, Mrs. Ekweme, Apga Chieftain Chief Romy Ezonwuka, one-time presidential aspirant Dr. Kinsley Mogalo, among others. Special prayers for the family, special choir rendition, dance, olfactory, and interment featured during the events. From Ibuku, Agwata Council Area, Queen Aniwogo, ABS News.
That's it on the news, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. Anambra State government has cautioned the residents against the blocking of natural waterways. Anambra State Chairman Nigeria Red Cross Society, Professor Kachi, has called for collective action to check mental health issues in Nigeria. Federal government has commended the Nigerian Port Authority and vessel berthing process manual. And we also told you that United Nations Secretary General Guterres is seeking to meet with the Russian and Ukrainian presidents to end war. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news this morning. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning.